This illustration deals with disconnecting means for fuses in accordance with 240.40. Now, mainly this rule requires all fuses to have a disconnect ahead of them, like to the motor that you see there. We have fuses, and we have a disconnect ahead of the fuses that are ahead of the controller with the thermal devices in accordance with 430.87 for a controller, 430.112 for the disconnect for the fuses. And then, of course, you have to look at 430.112 exception, and C should be reviewed. The disconnect up at the top is over to that heating unit. And notice 424.22C as well as 424.19 talks about the disconnect that you see there. But notice over at the equipment for those fuses that come from the manufacturer to protect those heating elements, they do not have a disconnect ahead of them required in the equipment per manufacturer's instructions. In accordance now with 424.22b, and if you had a motor involved, which you usually do, 430.24 exception 2. Now, disconnecting means for fuses are illustrated in NEC 240.40, and that's what this figure 9-41 is illustrating, where a disconnect is required for fuses and where one is not required in accordance with NEC 240.40.